This is Blind Moto Gamer, and this is my review of the Dualshock 4 back button attachment.
Sub-Zero. Round 1. Fight!
Hello everyone, Blind Moto Gamer here, and it's now time for another PlayStation 4 accessory review. Tonight I'll be looking at the PlayStation 4 Dualshock 4 back button attachment, which was released on January 14th in Japan and will be released on January 23rd here in North America. I got my hands on mine early via the Japanese version. As you can hear out there. The back buttons basically give you the ability to map the existing buttons, the square, triangle, X, circle, all the directional buttons, L1, L2, L3, R1, R2, R3, to these back paddles. And while the concept is great, and it works great, I've personally had success with it. There's one part, or rather aspect, of this device where Sony, you don't get it, do you? You just do not get it. Where they screwed up is accessibility. That's right. For someone without any type of disability or visual impairment or anything like that, this thing is usable. But if you're visually impaired like I am, or, you know, totally blind, you're going to need someone to help you. And here's how this device works. You push the back button, the screen button, on the device to bring up the display. When the screen flashes, you can cycle through the the buttons with the paddles. So, like, if you wanted to say program the left paddle, which is automatically mapped to X, and the right paddle, which is automatically mapped to 0 by default, you would hit the screen button, wait for it to flash, and then you would just hit the button that you want to program X amount of times until you get to the button you want it to be set at, and then you would save that profile. Now, for someone who is just totally peachy king and has nothing, no issues, no disabilities, etc., this, you know, is easy to do. However, Sony did not think or take into consideration or think about those with disabilities, you know, such as myself or, you know, anyone else with a disability that might want to use this. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and they said that if you are visually impaired, you're going to have someone who can see to help you, you know, or if you have other issues, you might need a little help. Sony, couldn't you get it right and make it accessible as well as convenient? Come on. Okay, so basically, does the peripheral work as intended? Yes. I can tell you from experience, I was playing Borderlands 3 with it the other night and streaming it on Twitch, and I had no problems. The buttons worked as intended. They were nice and clicky, nice and meaty. I mean, I like the device, don't get me wrong, and I like how it's convenient, it does a good thing. It even has a headphone jack to pass through, so you can still use your headset for making videos, streaming, talking to friends, listening to music, etc. However, the one thing that I do not like, and Sony, I'm calling you out on this, it is inaccessible for people with disabilities unless they get some sort of help so that they can use it as well. You know, come on, people with disabilities are going to want to use this too, and they can't because you didn't make it accessible. Come on, Sony, get your act together. Now, what they could have done to make it accessible is kind of do what the SCUF controllers do. You would hold down the paddle, push the button, and there you go. It's programmed, it's good to go. Now, if they had done something like that, that would have been awesome, because then it would have been easy to use, accessible, and it would have been affordable, coming in at $29.99. I can just hope that for PS5, if this is going to be on there as a default thing for the Dualshock 5 or whatever they call the next gen controllers, Sony, please make this accessible. Make it to where everybody can use it, not just people that don't have a disability, because you're really missing out on a market there. You're missing out on a consumer base that want to use your product, but you don't listen. You do not listen. Now that I'm done with ranting and complaining, the device works. If it's something you feel like you would want to use, I would say pick it up. The only real drawback is if you have a charging dock, it may not work with some charging docks, so just keep that in mind. Other than that, and the lack of accessibility features that Sony could have easily implemented, this product is pretty damn good, and I highly recommend it. This has been my review of the DualShock 4 back button attachment for PlayStation 4. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this device? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think that the accessibility could have been improved? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. So, with that being said, enjoy the remainder of this Mortal Kombat 11 gameplay, and I'll see you in the next video. So long, everyone, and peace out.
Round one, fight. Finish him. Mercy. Brutality.
Ability to freeze.
Sub-Zero wins. Round one, fight.
Your soul will never rest.
Sub-Zero wins. one, fight! Finish him! Mercy. Finish him!
Let the cold be your tomb.
Sub-Zero wins. Round one, fight! Finish him! Fatality. Sub-Zero wins.